I'm Jules Asner. Audiences fell in love with Meg Ryan in movies like When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. She became known as Hollywood's girl next door. But Meg never wanted to play it safe. She went after offbeat roles, and she was happy to be cast against type in films like Courage Under Fire and Addicted to Love. Still, mention the name Meg Ryan, and most people think, well, perky, bubbly, and sweet.
It has to do with an idea of me, or more likely an idea of the person that's having a reaction to me. Primarily, it seems like, you know, it's those romantic comedies because people generally just want to slap me on the back or, you know, pinch my cheek or something. It's always a little bit weird, and I feel that the attention goes in waves, and sometimes you get more and sometimes you get less, and they're the vicissitudes of that you kind of get used to.
All the attention has made Meg more than a little shy about revealing herself. I first of all can't believe we're sitting down. Because I never see you do this. I never see you sit down really and talk.
Really? Well, I haven't done this in a really long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't do this that much. It's not my favorite thing to do.
That's easy to understand. The facts of Meg's life have played out publicly, and sometimes painfully.
So it's not just the writers. It's not just the tabloids. It's people who are buying it and paying attention to it. And I include myself in that. I'm just as much of a rubbernecker as anybody else. But it's not a pretty part of the psyche to believe the worst about somebody without really knowing the facts.
Here are some of those facts. In 2000, Meg and husband Dennis Quaid separated. Then Meg was linked to Russell Crowe. The tabloids had a field day, but Meg survived and rebounded.
I am really good. I'm really happy, and I really like the way my life looks now. It's been a road too to rework it.
That road started in Fairfield, Connecticut. Meg came into the world as Margaret Mary Emily Ann Hyra in the fall of 1961. She was the second of 4 children born to Harry Hyra, a teacher, and Susan, a homemaker. What kind of kid were you growing up?
I went to Catholic school.
Uniform?
With a uniform and the little, you know, outfits and socks and Peter Pan collars and stuff. It cracks me up because I look at my son now who goes to a school where he wears a uniform, and every single day I think about how odd that is.
When Meg was 12, the family moved to nearby Bethel, Connecticut. In high school, Meg was so popular that, well, we'll let her tell you.
They elected me homecoming queen, and they put me in the back of this Pinto hatchback with, I had these, like, you know, those platform shoes. I think I came in second because I think I was like the runner-up, actually, because I think the other girl was expelled or something like that. They had to, like, come and tell me later that, you know, I had actually achieved this height in high school, and but it was sort of, you know, it wasn't pure. To be able to tell the story, I guess, years later is a great thing. I mean, the float with the thing, I mean, that's a good thing to have in my history, I guess. I mean, yeah, there I am on the football field.
But school meant more to Meg than just having fun.
I really, really wanted to write, and I really wanted to be an observer of the world, somebody who cultivated my observations of the world.
She never could have imagined everything else.
I mean, it's all, every step of the way, it's been I didn't anticipate any of it. I never thought I wanted to be an actress, but I had to pay my way through college, so I did commercials and stuff.
Meg's magic helped sell soup, among other products.
It was the worst job interview in recorded history. What a gargoyle. They said they'd call me this afternoon.
Here, have something to eat.
Oh, I couldn't. My stomach's in knots.
Come on, it's Campbell's Cream of Mushroom Soup. You can always eat soup.
Did you know that one of the most digestible ways you can get your nourishment is delicious Campbell's soup?
See, now you look like you can handle it.
You know something? I do feel better.
TV commercials led to movies. Meg landed her first film role as Candice Bergen's daughter in Rich and Famous.
I think I was, 17 or 18 years old, and they said, here, here's a part you can play in a major motion picture. With, I'm never acting before in my life. I go and get on a plane, which I'd never been on before in my life, and they land me in L.A. They put me in a limo and they bring me to MGM, which was just blew my mind. And then it was all about forgetting my lines and just wanting to go home. There was one scene in New York that I kept. It was like 99 degrees outside when I was in New York, unbelievably hot days, and we were playing like it was a winter scene, so all the extras were outside in these like coats and scarves and hats, and they had like fake snow on the window, and it's 99 degrees outside, and I'm going in, and for like 15 takes, I'm going in there and forgetting like 2 sentences, I think, that I have to say, and finally, I think the extras sort of, get it right, you know, that kind of thing. They all rallied against me, so I just did it out of fear.
Making the movie didn't make Meg rich and famous, but it did lead to more auditions. One was for Flashdance. Meg interviewed for the lead role. Well, the part in Flashdance went to Jennifer Beals, but Meg wasn't devastated. At the time, she wasn't set on being an actress.
I went to NYU to be a journalist. I was all about like kind of sitting on the bleachers and watching things. You know, that I was comfortable in that place.
So how did you make the leap from being a journalism major, being almost an observer, to being an actress?
They would send me on movie auditions, or they sent me on an audition for a soap opera. So then I remember I was writing a paper on something for my journalism class, and I ended up writing it on auditioning for a soap opera.
The show was As the World Turns, co-star Frank Runyon.
There were, I don't know, 8 or 9 girls that came in to audition for the role, and some of them were models and very beautiful, and others were actresses, and then there was Meg. I mean, she seemed real, and responding to what she did on camera in the audition was always somewhat off rhythm for me. I was never sure what she was going to do next.
Whatever she did, it worked. Meg got the part. Co-star Scott Bryce remembers meeting the young actress.
I adored her. I had a crush on her immediately that lasts till this day.
When you were on the soap, was that really, it's almost like school in a way.
If I could tell you how pathetic, the first day I kept thinking they're going to find out, they're going to know, they're going to fire me immediately, and that would have really truly been okay.
When we first started working together, neither one of us really knew what we were doing. We learned how to act together. We discovered things together.
I had to hit marks and be aware of the camera. I mean, I was a complete idiot for a really long time, but that job is a really great job for technical training.
Coming up, Meg takes a stand.
She would read the scripts and say, I can't be this stupid. No one's this naive.
And later,
you kind of want to stand up and say, this is not what happened, this is not real, but you can't.
In 1983, 22-year-old Meg Ryan was a regular on the soap opera As the World Turns, but becoming a successful actress was not her goal.
She was doing the soap opera to pay for college, because acting was for her was just the stepping stone to get to where she really wanted to go. She wanted to go be a journalist. She wanted to study that. She was dedicated to do that.
And she made clear any number of times to me and to people in interviews that she was acting on the soap, but that she was going to have a journalism career, and that was what she was aiming for.
Knowing that you were a journalism major and were interested in it, what's it like being on this end of it?
Well, you know, when I was in school, they would teach you, you know, things that I can see other journalists doing. Like they say, never ask the question you want answered. You ask all around it and hope that your subject, your victim,